Prefer to be away from the camera, but I'll suck it off once in a while. I know. I knew that was gonna happen. It's like, just put me next to Elizabeth.
Camera heads,
Put
10
me and her next
pounds.
to each other.
How many cameras are on you? Camera heads, 10 pounds. Down 350 pounds. Actually, I told Ben, I go, you need to have take some pictures, get themselves lined up. Well, we had a thought, except you said you want to come back to work after COVID. He was making a salary, getting benefits, so salary, you know the guy, right? Yeah, but he goes to the WNY. They try to work with Firefighter. And they won't come back to work. We have a couple firefighters out on the project. Obviously, sometimes the person we call. So we have two right now we can pick from. We just talked about something. I haven't seen that. Hey guys, thanks for being here. I'm loving these t-shirts. Holy cow. Make sure you got one. Oh yeah, I do. Andy. Hey my friend. Great to see you. Hey there. Good to see you again. We have a little bit of time for Elizabeth to get here.
I think she's walking over. Oh, she's going to blend right
She's
in.
in red.
Right there.
That's right. She got the memo. You got the memo indeed.
It shows the color of the
Good morning.
Give it up for the next Borough President of Queens.
Andy, how are you? How are you? How are you? This is Andy. You haven't met our new president yet. Andy Ansbro. You've been in the past, absolutely. Yes. Always been there.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
By way of introduction, my name is Dilip Nath. I'm a president of the New American Board Association. It's a great day here in Queens. It's a great day for New York City. It's a great day for America. Because we have gathered here with our friends and our brothers in Firefighter to pledge our support to take this borough, to take this city forward. We need a leader who can not only take us to new normal, but to reimagine. And that's none other than Andrew Young and Liz Crowley. So during the COVID, this city has exposed some of the deadly flaws in our city. We have lost so many loved ones. We let our senior die alone. We failed to teach our future generation. Due to the crisis of the housing and transportation, this city has become the epic of the epic center. My friend, we cannot go back to that decade. We cannot go back to that era. We must move forward. And without the safety and security, we cannot have a recovery. And to do the safety, to do the recovery, we need a leader who can reimagine and who can have the vision to take us forward. So my friend, we gather here as a community, as labor, and together we want to move this city forward. And also we need someone who can fight for this borough. This borough has been shortchanged for decades, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's education, whether it's housing. And Liz Crowley has been a strong fighter for this borough for all Americans. So my friend, without further ado, I want to introduce Andy, President of the Firefighter Union.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for coming here today. My name is Andy Answer. I'm President of the Uniformed Firefighter Association of Greater New York, and I represent 20,000 active and retired New York City firefighters. We're here today to show our support for Andrew Yang for mayor and Liz Crowley for Queens. Liz has always been behind us for everything we've done, and Andrew Yang has the promise and the vision to do things that City Hall has never done. In the last 20 years, we've closed 6 firehouses, and we haven't been able to reopen them. We've taken staffing off the engines, which has only taken us longer to get water on the fire. Companies that used to do 4,000 runs are doing 6,000 runs a year. That's every hour and 15 minutes from January 1st to December 31st. People are dying because they're waiting for that unit to get off a response to go to the next one. The fire department's at a breaking point, but no one seems to talk about it. I appreciate that Andrew Yang reached out to me and asked me, what do New York City firefighters need? I told him we need more resources. We need them to help New York City residents to save their lives, put out their fires, save their property, do what we can for New York. And now I need New York City residents to come out and support Andrew Yang to help us support them. Thank you very much. I'm going to introduce Bobby Eustace to speak for Liz Crowley.
How are you? Thank you, Andy. My name is Bobby Eustace. I'm the Vice President of the Uniformed Firefighter Association. We're very proud to be here today to continue our endorsement of Andrew Yang and our endorsement of Liz Crowley. Liz is a longtime friend to the Uniformed Firefighter Association and all firefighters in New York. Along the lines of what Andy said of what resources we need in the fire department, we are at a breaking point. Places like Long Island City in New York, when a company was closed and there was 60,000 residents in that neighborhood, there is now over 220,000 residents in that neighborhood. That is rolling the dice. That is gambling. That is something that we need. We need a track record of someone who has helped us. Years ago, when Liz was in the city council, we needed equipment. We only had 1 set of boots. We needed a 2nd set of boots. Everything else in the fire department, we had 2 sets. What that may mean to someone, it may not mean the significance to you, but when our gear goes out of service because it's covered in blood and we can't help your community, we need to be able to go back and be in service. Liz was able to rectify that problem. That was a problem for bunker gear over 20 years that was not solved until Liz was able to help us solve that problem. This is another problem. These are other problems that she'll be able to help as the president of the borough of Queens. Public safety seems to be something that's at the apex of everybody's concern. Andy Ansbro is a former New York City police officer. I'm a former New York City EMS worker with the FDNY. We are now New York City firefighters. I think we understand public safety better than anybody else. And we are wholeheartedly here to support Liz and here to support Andrew. Thank you very much. Liz Crowley.
Good morning. Queens and New York City is at a crossroads. We have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to elect a leader who will bring the change we need. We need a mayor that'll put people first and not politics. The person to lead the strongest comeback New York will ever see is Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
I am so proud to endorse Andrew Yang today. He is a New Yorker that understands the needs that are so important to Queens families. Andrew will work to keep New York City's streets safe. He will make sure that we rid our communities of hatred and bigotry. And for our working families who are finding Queens so difficult to afford, Andrew will make sure that we have affordable and housing and home ownership to move our families forward. My family that is here today, my two sons, Dennis and Owen, are so proud to leave here and go vote for Andrew Yang for mayor. We want to see him and his beautiful family become the first family of New York City. Please remember to go out there and vote Andrew Yang for mayor. I'm proud to also accept the endorsement of our emergency first responders, our New York City's firefighters. Now, I have a record of serving in the New York City Council for 9 years, going back to some very difficult days, being elected after the financial crisis when the mayor was looking to close 20 firehouses. We fought that fight together with our frontline firefighters. And
going to continue to make amazing things happen right here in Queens, and I can't wait to be your partner. Imagine what we can deliver for the people of Queens with me at City Hall and Liz right here in Borough Hall. Let's make this happen. Liz Crowley represents the change that so many people in Queens and so many around the city are looking for. We all know that politics as usual is not working. Just last night, what came out? A story about Bill de Blasio, his lobbyist, who's now trying to help get Eric Adams elected. This is not the sort of administration that we need a third term of. Am I right? No one wants to see a third term of Bill de Blasio. We need to break the stranglehold of the special interests that have been running our city into the ground. I am so thrilled to be a campaign that's financed completely by the people of New York. We have more individual contributors here in New York City than any other campaign in this race. And think about this. There are people that have been running for mayor for years, even decades. This campaign has more donors than any of them. And why is that? It's because the people of New York are fed up and they're looking to turn the page. They're looking to turn the page on the politics of the past that have been breaking this city and have been failing us. And we can see the failures all around us, unfortunately. From public safety, which is the top of everyone's minds, and I'm proud to have been endorsed not just by the firefighters and Liz, but also by the New York Police Department's Captains Union. The people that worked with Eric Adams for years and know him best, they decided that I was the best choice to make us and our families safe. And they're right. I will do everything necessary to deliver the public safety that New Yorkers expect and deserve. It hasn't been working in terms of housing. It hasn't been working in terms of our schools. It has not been working in terms of sanitation. Unfortunately, it's harder to find something that is working rather than something that is not working. But you know what has been working for us every time they answer the call, every single time it comes in, is the firefighters of New York City. And we need to get them the resources that they deserve and need to help keep us and our families safe. We've been asking too much of the firefighters. This is just another example of how our city has not been working for the people. We're going to return this city to the people with this election. This is a once-in-a-generation chance that Liz represents, that this campaign represents. And as New Yorkers get out to vote by the thousands, you're going to see so many New Yorkers voting for change, voting for new leadership, voting to turn the page, with me as mayor, Liz Crowley as borough president here in Queens, and the firefighters by our sides. We are going to deliver the kind of future that New Yorkers deserve for us and our children. Thank you all so much. Woo! Come on in, Andy. Team Supreme. Look at this. What a group.
Andrew, you've gone from leading very comfortably in the first months of this race, in first place. Now recent polls, just as people are voting, flipping to third and even fourth place, you've got to be concerned.
Now, our team just did a poll of the people that have actually voted, and it had us in the lead. The numbers show also that 30 to 40% of the voters are new voters, and we think they're coming out in droves for change. They're not coming out to vote for the first time because they want a third term of Bill de Blasio. They don't want more of the same. So we feel great. We feel energized and confident that we are poised to win this race as people get out to the polls between now and Tuesday.
Does that mean these other polls are wrong and yours are right?
Well, if you look at the polls, what they do is they measure the folks who have voted in the past. And so if you have 30 to 40% of people who are voting for the first time, then you have a completely different electorate. And we just ran a poll of the people who have actually voted, and I'm in the lead. And I think that's an incredible sign of what's to come. Oh, all I can say is the conversations I have with New Yorkers every day. I talk to hundreds of people on the street, and they tell me they're concerned about public safety first and foremost. And when they hear that I've been endorsed by the firefighters and the police captains union, they say that I'm the best choice. So we feel incredibly energized by the feedback we're getting on the streets. We think we're going to win this race.
Andrew, I want to ask you about some comments made by Maya Wiley, one of Maya Wiley's advisors yesterday. She told me anti-black following up on your comments in the debate on homelessness and mental health. And another supporter of Maya Wiley, who is a homeless activist, said that your policies on these two issues were also anti-black and characterized them as being racially charged. So I'm curious to know how you follow up on criticism that your stances on mental health, on homelessness, and public safety would damage black and brown communities.
People who are struggling on our streets should be in better environments where they can get the care that they need. New Yorkers know that that's the right approach for both the individuals concerned and for our city.
I also want to follow up by asking you a follow-up to something my colleague Elizabeth asked me the other day. He sort of alluded to the possibility of a cross endorsement with another mayoral candidate. I wanted to see if that was something you were still open to.
Today, I am thrilled to announce the cross endorsement between me and the next Borough President of Queens, Liz Crowley. And there will be more news to come on that front.
Your internal campaign polling also indicated that half of New Yorkers haven't voted and possibly will vote on Tuesday. What is your message towards those voters? Because you were saying that your early voters were new voters, but these are more traditional ones.
Well, first I would say, why wait until Tuesday? New Yorkers hate lines. If you go today, no line. Saturday, probably no line. Sunday, no line. Who wants to wait in line on Tuesday? So if you're sure you're going to vote, just vote anytime this weekend. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing is that New Yorkers right now are voting on a number of issues, but the number one concern is public safety. Now, who knows better who's going to keep this city safe as mayor than the firefighters who literally run into burning buildings to save our lives, and the police captains union who we need to deliver public safety and who worked with Eric Adams for years and decided he was the wrong choice for New York City. I'm the right choice for New York City according to the firefighters, the police captains, and as New Yorkers discover this in the next number of days, they're going to come out and vote for me as the next mayor of New York City come Tuesday.
May I hear from Ms. Crowley or others?
Of course.
Who you're ranking in second, third, and fourth place for mayor?
I'm focused on electing Andrew Yang because he's the change that our New York City residents need. We do not need a continuation of the de Blasio era. We are in crisis right now, and crime is the number one concern. Andrew has the support of our public safety union, our captains, our firefighters. We need New Yorkers to feel safe again. Andrew will get the guns off the street. We will work together to make sure New Yorkers feel safe taking the subway again.
But you are going to rank other candidates.
I'm going to rank Andrew Yang, 1 for mayor, Elizabeth Crowley, 1 for Queens Borough President, and I urge all Queens residents to do the same.
That's a pretty good sounding ballot, Liz. I can visualize that really easily.
Ms. Crowley, if I could ask you a
Oh, go ahead, Liz.
You were in the council for a few years yourself. You have experience. One of the messages that Mr. Yang said is that it's time for a change. It's time for people to come from somewhere outside the system. So I'm curious if you can illuminate us a little bit more into your thinking about why you chose Mr. Yang over other candidates who, you presumably have some experience with in city government.
We've gone through a horrible year. The pandemic has changed our way of life and our way of thinking. And we need to make sure that we elect political leaders that are going to put people first. And that's exactly why I'm endorsing Andrew Yang. I believe wholeheartedly that he will put New Yorkers and New York interests before special interests, before politics. And that's why I'm going to do everything I can over the next couple of days to elect Andrew and myself to represent Queens and New York City.
campaign you were out in Queens actually with Donovan Richards running against Ms. Crowley. How will you work with the candidates who elected that you didn't endorse during the race? Tell me about those that you were necessarily not on your way with.
Again, I'm thrilled to be here to endorse Liz Crowley to be the next borough president here in Queens. But I plan to work with people who didn't vote for me, who supported other candidates, because the fact is we need to bring the city together. We are facing so many challenges, and the last thing we need is leadership that divides us, that pulls us apart. We need to come together to address the challenges and problems that are getting worse all the time. I want to be a mayor that brings the city together. So if you voted for me, thank you. If you didn't vote for me, I'll be your mayor too.
Great.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Liz! Liz Crowley, the next borough president here in Queens.
All right, let's make this happen.
Let's go. Let's continue this race. Yes. Thank you. This is the team. This is the team that's going to bring New York City
Winning
back.
team.
Yep.
Great. Well, I am going to vote. Vote early.
Thank you, Dilip.
Go for it.
Appreciate you. Going to vote now? Thank you. Even more than Andy, you seem like a TV character. You know what I mean?
He's doing it longer.
I don't know, man. You gotta make it natural. All right, who do we got?
Why don't you come here? You know, take, you want to...
Here, I can take it. I got it.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Come here, come here.
All right, thank you. All right.
We need you in the
Elizabeth
picture.
Crowley.
Liz, real quick, turn around.
Liz, there you go. All righty.
Open it up.
Liz just made this picture loud.
Thank you.
Amazing.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks again.
That's a good. Congratulations. That's it. We'll make it.
You okay with the baby on TV?
How old is he? 10 months. Oh my God. Is he walking yet?
Soon. He's standing up.
It's typically 2 months later, man. So about a year they start walking around, which I found to be a massive improvement. Some parents were like, I'm not going to That's all right. That's all right. It went both ways for parents. I thought it was
USA, guys, come over here.
have to carry them out.
They get tired.
He was at EEO.
Hey, Emily. Doing well. Saw our poll of voters.
Actually get that into the system.
I think it's one, yeah.
Guys don't have the panoramic yet. When are you going to learn?
Did he tell you what kind of line to carry though for you? It's a double X.
Bobby, yeah. Bobby, do Bobby, yeah, I'm going to. Why? Yep. Last name's Eustace.
So those guns in the back, man.
I heard a lot about it. Bobby is the vice president of the UFA, Uniform Firefighter Association.
President of the Firefighter. Thank you.
That's one of the things. You should be able to get a supplement to continue doing what they do. Because it's better to stay home because they get paid.
I know, no. We have to reward people.
So that's one of the things.
He's very active. What do you want to do?
Thank you, sir. These are going to be my prized possessions. Fantastic. Have you voted yet, sir? No, but I plan to. You can Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. You can vote today until 4 o'clock. Okay. Tomorrow until 5. Okay. Thank you. If you need to find your polling place, you can go right here at FDNY.com. And you break entry egg number 1. Any questions? You don't have to if you don't want to. Do entry egg number 1, follow that one.
Andrew, I gotta get a quick picture with me and my kids.
Of course. Hey guys.
They're going to vote next.
You, I met.
How
How are you doing?
my son Dennis is actually.
How old are you guys? Thanks for your service. Appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Dennis, thank you. Thank you.
He's working in Times Square.
I'm going to do everything I can to help.
We know. That's why we're supporting him. Believe me.
Oh, of course.
Surrounded by men.
All right, you guys can
That is beautiful. Oh, I
That
love
is
it.
pretty
Do you want the signs or no signs?
I can hold on to the signs if you want it.
Sorry.
That is so beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm a photographer at heart. Beautiful.
Home stretch. You're not gonna sleep.
Hey Dennis, you have to tell me what's going on at the ground level. Most guys like it.
His grandpa is a pretty strong moderator. He was like, I want to vote Andrew one.
Well, I meant in terms of your experience at the academy and things like that. I mean, I appreciate the other shit. But, you know, when the time comes, you know, I'd love to have, like, the ground level view of that. Yeah, we're winning
the sound's bad. This is the first time using it, so. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I wasn't really holding the mic to my mouth. Now I am. Well, according to the Yang campaign polling, he's in first, so. I think, like, honestly, instead of, like, trying to figure out, like, what the polls say, it's probably a better use of your time to, like, try to actually impact, like, what the outcome of the race would be. And, like, debating the polls isn't really gonna move the race.
It's a waste of time, especially with early voting, especially with all the stuff. I mean,
saying maybe like people would be better off phone banking.
Oh, 100%. Phone banking, donating, telling your friends and family in New York City to get excited.
Like, arguing with people on Twitter who are never going to change their mind.
Complete waste of time. The Twitter outrage machine has nothing to do with New York City voters. New York City voters, it's just completely detached from Twitter, you know. And hell, you know, if you're living in New York, you're constantly like doing stuff. You don't have time for Twitter.
Yeah, you can't hear Yang talking because I'm standing about 20 feet away from him, and we don't have a mic on him.
Yeah, we're not trying to dox every conversation, yes.
Thank you, Mark, for your thoughts.
Gotcha.
You're the boss.
It's like 3-4 hours.
No.
Andrew understands how unaffordable it is, how high our property taxes are, and the need for affordable housing. I'm wholeheartedly supporting Andrew also because he's a strong advocate for education, and our kids need to go to the best schools in their neighborhood. So for that reason, our families need Andrew to fight for them at City Hall.
And my wife was born here in Bayside, not far from where we're standing. Yeah, she's a public school product, so Queens is near and dear to our hearts. We're going to deliver for Queens, especially with Liz.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yank Crowley team.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Bayside's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Bayside. Get out there and vote. Vote early. I'm voting today with my family. Make a plan to vote.
Why wait till Tuesday?
Andrew
No
for
line.
mayor, Elizabeth for Queens Borough President.
Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
One group, all right, I like that. And just you. There you go, boss. Have you guys voted yet?
You need to find your polling spot. It's y4ny.com. Yeah, we are.
Can we walk down Bell? Let's do it. Let's meet some voters, folks. Abdul's
I'll be at the 1 p.m. though.
Thank you, sir.
Too many?
You guys want to walk with us? We're walking down Bell. Well, I mean, it's like on the way the next day.
Are you gonna go?
It's not like we're
No, what I'm saying is I'm not gonna drive into Manhattan, so I have to park my car and then get on the subway, which is probably gonna take like an hour and a half. It's like a 5-minute drive back to the side.
I'll see you later, okay?
And then it's like a 40-minute drive.
Hey, guys.
It runs till 12:15.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't have time to park and then make it the next day.
How are you, sir? Yes, want to say hi?
Interview who? Oh, it's too late. Sorry, it's too late. All right, team. Excuse me. Sorry. I didn't mean to cough on the mic. They're going that way. We're going this way. Oh, look. Firefighters for Yang. Firefighters for Yang. Sir, mind if I ask you a quick question? Are you voting for Andrew Yang?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I are. Did you already vote yet?
No, I did not.
Are you going to vote on election day?
I am going to vote early voting. I'm going to do it. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Said he's voting for Andrew Yang. Alright. Well, that's it for this event. We will be back at 1 p.m. The sound? I don't know what's up with the sound. I can't, like, listen to it and tweak it when I'm streaming. No, the sound's working. I think it's working. Alright. We'll be back at 1 p.m. I don't know what's up. There's not a lot of comments on this stream either. It's like mostly watching. Yeah, he said he's going to vote. He said early vote. Alright, I'll be back. 1 p.m. Thank you.